Welcome to my home kitchen on the Irish West Coast and just a short stroll from Hazel Mountain Chocolate, my very own factory. Food is my love language, my passion, my playground. But here's the twist. I'm not just serving food, I'm trading it for stories. So make yourself at home because here, every bite comes with a story. Growing up in Poland, Easter was always about eggs, but not the chocolate kind. These days I can feed my inner child with all the chocolate eggs I want. But today I'm taking a little detour. I'm heading somewhere smoky with a Scandinavian twist to revisit the kind of eggs that made Easter special back then. Hi Brigitta, it's so nice to be here. The place has changed so much. It looks amazing, but I'd like you to introduce yourself a little bit.
So I'm Betta Hadin Curtin. I'm Swedish. Came here 1981 and started the smokehouse together with my husband, so founder, owner in 1989. So we were here for soon 36 years. Inspiration from the east coast of Sweden, where I grew up. This tiny little smokehouse. I used to fish for eel with my father. That was the inspiration for starting the smokehouse. We wanted to give people an opportunity to taste something that is produced in the artisan way, local produce, Irish organic salmon, Irish wild salmon, the Irish pelagic mackerel from Killybegs.
Is it true that love brought you here?
Absolutely. It wasn't kind of part of the plan, right? I was very curious about the Celtic countries. Traveled to Scotland, Wales, met some Swedish people in Donegal and said, I'm looking for music, where should I go? So they said, Listonvarna, because the 1981, 82, 83, the Listonvarna folk festivals were on. Actually, it's Doolin we should go to, but before we went to Doolin, we popped into this little pub called the Roadside Tavern, and I met the publican and then met again in O'Connor's pub, and once he started to tell his stories, I just was gone. And then I traveled back and forth. Then finally kind of settled down, got married in Sweden, started the smokehouse.
Is there anything about your smokehouse that you know that really reminds you of home, but no one would notice?
I suppose our marinades with honey, lemon and dill, like the dill effect.
Yeah.
That's very Scandinavian. I'm sure you recognize that. I mean, anything seafood has to have dill. Easter's coming up. We would have our smorgasbord, cracker bread, eggs is a very important part, and we would have the smoked eel, the smoked mackerel, smoked salmon. So you can have a bit of everything.
It's quite similar in Poland. I think the two food cultures are quite similar. We'd eat deviled eggs, so that's my childhood memory. And I want to make some today for my guests using your smoked mackerel. What do you think? Is that a good idea?
Oh, that would be a perfect combination. This is the spiced one, and this is the plain. I would use, if I were doing a pâté or, mix it up a bit, this is what I would use. It gives a little bit of texture.
Now we have mackerel, we have eggs. Let's make Easter eggs with a twist. Deviled eggs are my absolute favorite snack for Easter time, and I'm going to combine it with mackerel for a really smoky, really delicious taste. First, I'm going to peel the eggs. I have my eggs peeled and I'm going to cut them in half. It is such an easy recipe. It really requires just few ingredients. All the eggs are chopped. Now I'm going to put all the ingredients directly into my small food processor. It's basically egg yolks, mayo, some mustard. I'm going to add beautiful mackerel, some gherkins and some herbs. I'm going to set aside my egg white vessels and I'm going to use them in a few minutes and stuff them with delicious filling. Next, I'm going to add some mayo, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and the beautiful mackerel. I'm going to use a mix of plain smoked and spiced mackerel. I'm just going to check that there is no bones. I'm going to use about half of a fillet of plain mackerel and then maybe 1/4 of spiced one. And you can use any flavour mackerel that you really like. I think any type of this fish will go really well with deviled eggs. And the must-have ingredients to go with the deviled eggs is dill and chives. I love using gherkins in any deviled eggs. I think it's just the perfect sharpness. I'm going to add 2 slices and I'm just going to chop it into small little cubes. And just chop them roughly. And the last bit to go in the blender is going to be some lemon juice. Now let's blend it. The consistency is really beautiful, it's really smooth. I'm going to add some chunks of the gherkin, some capers and the beautiful herbs. Now what I will do is to add some intensity and a little bit of sharpness, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of the liquid from my gherkins. Maybe 3. A little salt, pepper, all I need to do is mix everything really well and it's ready to go. I'm going to fill the eggs now. I'm going to use a teaspoon, but if you want to use piping bag, you can, it'll look even nicer. But I kind of want them to look rustic and retro. Decoration. I really like to decorate deviled eggs with a little bit of smoked paprika, some dill, and just to add a little contrast, I'm going to use some black sesame seed. I think they look so pretty. So we're going to go now and share these eggs. We'll see if they can contest with my chocolate eggs. I don't know. So you're Melissa?
Yes.
And Sana?
Sana.
Where are you guys from?
California.
California, wow. So you brought the sun because it's a really nice weather.
Yes, I brought the sun with me.
So thank you, so grateful. And what are you doing in Ireland?
So we got married 5 years ago and then we planned our honeymoon here, but
Things failed. So we're here for our honeymoon 5 years later.
Nice.
yes. We tried to do it right after our wedding, but it was very complicated because it was COVID.
We've been married twice because he's from India and I'm from America.
Tell me about blending the food cultures. How do you do it? And do you like cooking?
When I first moved to America, I had a hard time with food because all the food were very sweet to me. Growing up in Nagaland, India, we only do savory food. I started calling my mom because I started missing her food. So we would FaceTime and she would walk me through how she makes the curry. And that's how I learned. And then she started liking my food and then I became the cook.
So to back up on this, when he first moved to America, we lived with my brother. So I did all the cooking in the house. I took my nephews to school. We pretty much were like their nannies and we would cook for them every day. I always cooked for everybody. And then when he started cooking, everybody tasted his food and they just wanted his food. They didn't want my food anymore. So they loved his Indian food and he would make stuff from his specific region, but he would also make stuff from the other regions of India too. to like typical curries and stuff.
Like chicken tikka masala, butter chicken. The northeast part of India, we do a lot of fermented food. Things like a bamboo shoot or a soya bean. I belong to a tribe called Ao, and our staple food, our traditional ethnic food is called anishi. And anishi is a taro leaf, just sun-dried, then soaked into water and smashed and smoked. So it's dark and black. And so in order to cook this, you have to boil them over, make it soft, and then put them into a curry which becomes black in color. So yeah, it has a very unique smoky flavor to it. So
Is there any food that no one can do, like you can't do it the way your mom makes it?
yes, I talked about this. There's this simple curry, lentils. We call it dal in India. The way my mom makes dal is so different. Every time I attempt to mimic her style, I just don't get it. And so I've come up to a conclusion that I'm using every recipe she is giving me, but the only recipe she's not giving me is her love. And that I cannot produce it, that only she can, so.
That is so
Yeah.
true. Oh, that's so beautiful. That is so
Yes.
true. It just made me
Yes.
emotional because it's true. It's
Right?
true. Yeah, it really is.
My mom actually loves cooking. My mom actually, she loves cooking so much she came up with her own like cookbook.
Amazing.
So I think that's where I learned to cook growing up is from my mom. She makes a really good rack of lamb and I don't know how she does it. She's really good at using the barbecue and all of that different kind of stuff, and she puts like an herbed crust on it. Like she's like, I don't know, she's like chef status. I didn't realize how good of food I had until I moved away, and like, but she makes really, really good rack of lamb. She makes delicious fish. She's just so good.
do you celebrate Easter in India?
Well, the state where I'm from, we're all converted Christian. So yes, we do celebrate Easter, but not as fancy as the rest of the world, I believe.
I grew up with like Easter baskets and the Easter bunny. Waking up and can't wait to see how much candy there is. And my mom is the kind of mom, she wouldn't let us have candy all year. And so then when it was Easter or Halloween, those are the two times we got candy. And so she never told us that you should only eat a certain amount. And so I would eat so much candy that I'd throw up that I can't eat candy.
Maybe she did it on purpose, you know? Like, in Poland, I grew up with savory Easter. There was no chocolate, far from it. And it was all about eggs, not the chocolate ones. So I've kind of recreated Easter deviled eggs. The mackerel, as I said, is freshly smoked in the local smokehouse. So it's like really, really, really fresh.
Oh, thank you.
Aww.
That was sweet of you.
Oh my
gosh.
Yeah.
That is so good. I've never had a deviled egg like that before.
Really?
That fish in there is like, oh my gosh, such a nice, right?
Oh my gosh, I love it. Because I was so concerned. I figured, because I wanted it to be very local.
And it's very unique.
Yeah. Have some more. I know you want to.
It's like, okay.
If you insist.
It is really good.
Oh, I am so I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that. How long are you going to stay in Ireland?
6 days.
6 days, yeah.
Yeah, I love chocolate, so that's how we ended up here. But I just have like a few things, like the Cliffs of Moher, and tomorrow we might check out Galway. I don't know if that's how you say it, but we don't have a specific timeline. It's just kind of like, okay, we wake up, you want to go there today? Cool, let's go, you know, so.
And so when she plans it, she buys the ticket in advance, so we're always on the time. And this time, I don't know how I did it, but I told her to just be in the moment. Let's just relax and then start making friends around and then see what the local scene is. And then she's been enjoying that, so.
It doesn't matter where we are as long as we're together. I'm just happy that we're together and we get to experience these things together, but we could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I have a little gift for you because you're on your honeymoon.
Oh.
What?
I have our salted honey truffles.
Oh my
No
gosh,
way.
that's so sweet of you.
It's just something small, but
You're
My
so
goodness,
sweet.
thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness, you guys are
Thank you.
amazing.
and I wish you the most amazing trip.